Education Plus held a student summit on race. We asked students who attended their thoughts on recent events happening throughout St. Louis and the impact it has had on their lives. These are their responses.
Most of my family is very racist, but I come from my dad's side, which is very open-minded. So I never judge anybody by the skin color or how they look. So I always want to know the person before I can say anything about them.
Okay. I think the Ferguson case really sparked the topic. There was a tiny bit, but I didn't really notice it because we're kind of immune to it. It's kind of just in the background.
Yeah, I think in my family it's normal to like discuss racial relations. We do it normally because I'm multiracial, so like it's a prominent issue in our household. There's like definitely like different culture types between my families, so it's always something that we're assessing and thinking about critically.
It's hard. It's difficult because when your mom has something to say and your dad has something to say and you have totally different opinions from both of them. And I was always taught to be myself and never to go on anything else anybody says, but it's hard coming from that household that always has something to say bad, and you're just trying to think positive and trying to move forward, not backwards. I'm more positive towards everything now. I used to be a little leaning toward my mom's side because when I was younger, I always believed my mom was right. And now as I'm growing older, I just want to be that person. I want to show everybody that it's not the skin color or how the person looks. It's about who they actually are and what they have to say about everything.
I think I'm more aware of the situations going on now, and that it's just gotta be on guard a little, make sure that I'm not saying anything touchy.
It's caused me to speak out. I'm definitely understanding the prominence and how important it is that I tell people about what I know and how I like exchange ideas with people to like create growth in our society.
And so
That's another thing. Let's build off of this and move on.
Absolutely. We have to start with the younger kids to influence the parents because obviously the adults, they don't know how to handle situations as maturely as us students and leaders as young adults are trying to handle it
because we learn to deal with it because it's our peers. We know how to. So I think it's the adults also.
And so
I'm not sure how fast change can happen with systems being the way they are, but I do know that it will cause people to be more cautious and more critical every day. I'm seeing a lot more people understanding other people's situations, and I think that's the most important thing.
We're doing. I want the voices to be heard of our students, but at the same time, I also feel that we need to make sure we do it in an appropriate way.
If you are not in alignment, how can others be in alignment? So I think it's a self thing you need to work on first.
It's always, you have to start with conversation, you have to start with words before you do anything, before you influence anybody.
I think that there will be some change, but both positive and negative.
I would say by community gatherings. Celebrate differences.
this is Michaela Warren